So this is the new HMD 105 4G, arrived today in Germany. And it's important because there haven't been many videos, if any, of the HMD 105 4G from Europe yet. And yet there's a few things to be said about it, because it's not the same as the one you're seeing up here in India. There's plenty of YouTube videos on that. So the HMD 105 is the follow-up to the Nokia 105 4G, which is something I bought a year and a half ago and have been carrying ever since. It's a little mini gadget that's very cheap. In fact, you could get this for about £15 in the UK at one point. MP3 player, FM radio, phone, SMS, 4G calling, dual SIM, Canada torch, you know, basic stuff, and I absolutely love it. There's even an Opera browser on here and data and stuff, but it's got a 1.8 inch screen, and there it is. The new one is the 2.5 inch QVGA version, 320 by 240, incredibly small, but you'll be amazed how much bigger that is than the original 105 that I've got here. Let's just make sure you can see those on the screen. There you go. A couple of other things about it I'll tell you about. But the important thing right up front is that the European version doesn't seem to have MP3 player on it, despite some websites, certainly the HMD Germany website, has advertised the MP3 player, and it's not on the device. So basically the MP3 licensing hasn't been enabled and the app hasn't been enabled. There are tricks that allow you to play MP3 files on it. I'll show you them, but that's not the point. The point is it's not arriving with the MP3 player app, and that's a no-go for me. Probably the reason that I will send it back, unless there's a very quick firmware update. Let's have a look a bit closer at the two devices so you can get a good idea of what the differences are between them. So we've got the original 105 on the left here, the new HMD 105 on the right. And bear in mind, both of these were 40 euros new. I actually paid 40 euros and 9 euros shipping for the HMD version. Let's do a quick comparison. Obviously, the HMD is slightly bigger. The screen is way bigger. You can see that there. It's I think double the pixel number on the actual screen, which makes a huge amount of difference. The keys are slightly different as well. They're bigger, a little bit maybe, focused towards the old age market. Actually suits me quite well, but to be honest, they're much easier to type on. They're slightly less rubbery, but the contrast here is pretty good. So they're much easier to type on. I much prefer these keys to the other ones. USB-C charging on the bottom here, as opposed to the micro USB on the 105 from Nokia, and they've moved the 3.5mm headset jack to the bottom. Now that USB-C port might sound interesting, but it doesn't really enable much, and it doesn't actually enable fast charging. 500 milliamp charging is what I got out of it. It's possible that when the battery is nearly, less than half full, it might charge at a faster rate, but I'm not seeing that. The specs talk about a 2 watt to 2.5 watt charger, which is about 500 milliamps in terms of charging rate. Let's go through a few other things. So it weighs about the same, it feels about the same, it takes the same battery, the 1450 milliamp hour battery from Nokia or HMD or whoever's going to produce those. Are around 10 euros. Dual SIM in there, and the micro SD card slot is in there as well. It's all fairly easy to handle. In terms of features, well, there's the FM radio, of course, and it's very, very basic. I won't play that too much because I'm going to get copyright problems on YouTube. But the FM player is very, very basic. No RDS, you can save some favorites, and that's about it. It doesn't even play over Bluetooth. So this phone has Bluetooth, as does this one, Bluetooth 5. But the FM radio seems to be like a separate unit in terms of audio. It does not play over Bluetooth. Same with this one. It doesn't play over Bluetooth. So that's a bit strange. Let's stick with the music, because one of the features I think was really good about the 105 was the fact that it's an MP3 player. It's basic, but it has random play. You can put 32 gigs of storage in. You can sort files by folders and then start playing folders, which was quite useful. Unfortunately, there's no MP3 app on here at all. So despite the advertising saying the MP3 app is on there, it's not here. So here's one little trick you can use to get things kicked off and to prove that it does actually support the files. Now, there's a couple of ways. If you actually go to the Recorder app, what you can do is somehow, refreshing your collection, it's going to play that file. But then if I go back, it's going to show songs, and it's found all the files, the MP3 files in the SD card. But it says unsupported format. However, it's decoding some of the ID3 tags as well. So it obviously supports MP3 in terms of the file browser. It just doesn't support them in the player itself. Now, there's one way you can get around that. You go to Files, you go to your memory card. I want to show you something here. So these are all my sort of genre folders here, and we'll select one and you can see it won't play it, unsupported file type. But if I go to my renamed files, so these are MP3 files that I've just renamed .wav and this one .wma, it actually works. So it's playing those. I won't dwell on the audio here. Go to the second one and that's going to play as well. Right, a couple of other things. You've got the dual LED flash on here now. Amazing. Single one on here. Yeah, obviously it's a bit brighter. The other thing you've got is your browser, and it's actually a little bit more useful on this one. So let's see if we can pick up something here. Yeah, there we go. That's picked that up, and as you can see, you can actually browse text fairly easily. Remember, this goes over the Opera Mini servers. So it's a basic browser, and as I said, it goes over the Opera Mini servers as a proxy. What else have we got on here? Well, I'll just show you some of the games. I say some of the games. Basically, it's just Snake. You've got just Snake here. And if I go to the other games, they're all paid games. So you can have Crossy Road for 99 cents for 30 days. And it's pretty... it's really basic and really horrible, and I can't imagine why you want to pay 99 cents for those, but it's there. You've got your clock, you've got a few other little things as well. If we go to extras, the world clock timer, conversion, calculator, calendar, torch, counters, recorder. The voice recorder isn't too bad. I'll record something now. So this is the voice recorder. I'm going to get a bit closer to this, and the voice recorder isn't too bad at all. So let's stop that. And record that and play that back. I'll record something now. So this is the voice recorder. I'm going to get a bit closer to this. And the voice recorder isn't too bad at all. So let's stop that. Yeah, so that's the voice recorder. You could use that for voice notes. And that's the kind of shortcut into the the MP3 player trick, or go over the file explorer as well. Right, so obviously not a full review of the 105 from HMD. It looks good, it feels good. If it had the MP3 player, I think it would be a great replacement for the Nokia one. However, if in your region it doesn't come with the MP3 player, I'd be a little bit wary. 40 plus delivery charge for this seems a bit too much, despite that screen, despite that Opera browser actually being usable now. I've got a review on umcportal.com that I'm typing up, and there'll be loads of testing, battery life testing. Battery life on these things is really good. This FM radio will run in, I think it will run in around 100 milliwatts, which is incredibly efficient. As he tries to turn that down. Come on, where's the... Thank you. Incredibly efficient, and the MP3 player as well. Long battery life. If this comes down sort of €30 with the MP3 player, it's a bargain. It's your second phone, little dumb phone, a little keypad phone, a little burner, whatever you want. I've used it quite a few times when I forgot my other phone, and I've had this as my everyday carry. sorry, let's say this one. It's my everyday carry for over a year. All right, thanks for watching. See you on the next video.